Hello there everybody, I'm Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references, alongside my raw stories where my characters weave through time these crazy tales. I help other writers tell their soul stories through editing and coaching so that we can help other writers and our readers to collectively heal, no matter how big or small our platforms are. Let's go ahead and focus today specifically on one tiny part of our platforms that many of us are trying to build this time of year collectively as writers, and sometimes if our readers follow us there as fans, NaNoWriMo. Before that though, we do something even more important. So today we're going to look at the 5 lies you need to stop telling yourself, not just before NaNoWriMo, but before Preptober. Guess what? There's a part 2 next month all about just NaNoWriMo. If you want to go ahead and bust through your writing blocks after this session and you like the things I have to say, check me out for some coaching, but more about that later. Let's rock it. Welcome on back, everybody. So, lie number 1. I don't have to plan anything at all, nothing whatsoever. I'm sorry. Flying by the seat of your pants is a writing method, but not even planning on what days you're writing could be dangerous. One, well, you kind of have to communicate with your family and your friends that I am writing, and writing time is working time. We're going to talk a little bit more here in a moment about the people who poo-poo and yuck your yum about what you write, but, or more importantly, when your writing becomes inconvenient for them. On the other hand, what I want to go ahead and focus on here at this moment is you should at least plan some writing time. NaNoWriMo does work best when you can somehow, if not on a daily basis, then on a weekly basis, reach a certain goal, word count wise, chapter wise, depending what your project wants wise, right? So it's better for you to go ahead during Preptober to at least plan out, okay, I know I have X amount of time to write when. Sometimes we only get 20 minutes a day to work on our writing projects, and you need to look ahead of time and give yourself the grace to allow yourself to work on it then first, okay? You can't expect other people to respect your writing time if you don't plan ahead and give it respect yourself. Number 2, I don't have a project to show off. I have nothing planned plot-wise, I mean. So what? Maybe your NaNoWriMo is all about a sandbox project then. Take it from somebody who has literally started 2 new series, 2 NaNoWriMos in a row. That's what legit November NaNoWriMo is about for me. I can take on a project that I normally would not work on any other time of the year and work on it and build that sandbox to something new. Therefore, what works for me, this doesn't work for everybody, so not yucking anyone's yum, just sharing my yum, so don't give me any yuck. I'm gonna just use camp in April and July to edit stuff that's already written. So if you're the kind of person who likes to be a little bit of ahead, or if you're like, I really need some freebie time in the sandbox, make NaNoWriMo and nay, Preptober, your time to get back to that childlike discovery wonder that writing can truly be. Number 3, but my story idea doesn't have value because it doesn't write to market, or I can't write to market. So what? So what? Writing is the number 1 form of expression. Personal expression matters in a world where people are wanting you to be authentic and wanting you to be vulnerable. That's what makes us human. One of the things I say most often in my editing and in my coaching is, I don't care that your character looks like an alien dude from another galaxy. I need to relate to them somehow on a human level, or I'm not going to give 2 cares about them to keep reading. There's a reason why Disney can take inanimate objects like toasters, like teacups, and many other things and make you fall in love with them. Some of us hear the words Mr. Feeney and freak out forever because we admire one character with one weird last name. They resonated with you for a reason, because they got into that human aspect. It didn't matter if they looked like a human being, a cup, or something you cook with. Number 4, I have too many doubters in my circle. I have too many obligations pulling me away. Well, we talked about the planning thing, so communicate your plans to others applies here, right? But when they give you pushback because it's taking your attention away from them, kind of like how there's noise around me right now, but I'm staying in tune with all of you, you need to learn to focus and respect yourself to tell others, I deserve to have my project focused upon too. I deserve to give myself this respect, and therefore you would appreciate it in return if you were supported in giving yourself the self-respect to work on something you enjoy working on. Number 5, doing research is a waste of time. Whoa, stop! You just said all of human history was a waste of its existence by saying that, in my opinion. Yes, I've told this to my students in K-12 about research before. But at the same time, look at how many other things outside of history, outside of documentaries, outside of science could inspire you. There's a reason why they say writers have the weirdest search histories, and that gets memed a lot for a reason, okay? Video games can be research or inspiration. Music, going for a walk, going to a local farmer's market, Ren Fair festival, going to a museum, going to a play, musical, concert, holiday gathering with your family. All of them are opportunities for you to sit a little writer match on a back burner in your brain and say, okay, I'm going to sit here and just people watch. That counts as research too. A lot of the times when we say the word research, it comes off as very academic, very esoteric. No. Research is the willingness to be open to ideas to come to you. So I challenge you, definitely this Preptober, to consider, what can I do to plan? What sandbox project of mine can I show off? What story has value to me to tell? What can I tell my family to communicate, or my friends to communicate how important X amount of writing time is to me? And what can I do to stay open to research and inspiration? That's how you resolve all those lies we've covered, my friends. Now, if this did resonate with you just a little bit, I do have some writer's block busting open sessions right now that are going on through my coaching business. So if you want more about that, check the description box below. Otherwise, there's going to be a part 2 where we'll talk more about the actual drafting stage. Notice all this was pre-writing stuff related, right? We haven't even talked about the drafting stage yet. We're going to save that for a part 2 later in October as we get closer to NaNoWriMo. But above all, you know what I'm going to say before I say it? I would never, ever, ever intentionally end a video without meaning to remind you, you need to take care of yourself. Stop listening to the lies other people tell you. You're worth it. Bye. Soul Writer out.